and welcome to Vampire the Masquerade, the Transylvania Chronicles. Another episode is coming straight at you right now, and I'm your storyteller, Kelly. I use he and him. My blood type is A positive, and I think that means something in, like, Japanese horoscopes. It never is correct for me, but you know what is correct? Tonight, we are heading into Act 3 of the Transylvania Chronicles. We're going deep into it as we look around the world of 1413. There's going to be a lot of great stuff tonight, and that's because I have these fantastic people next to me. Starting with young, sexy Robin.
Hi. Hello. Yes, I am young and sexy, and so is Tereza. I am Robin.
Womp
I
womp.
use she, her pronouns. What?
I guess not womp womp, but...
Why are you womp-womping Tereza?
Cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha.
Why are you womp-womping my Tereza? She will turn you into one of her...
He's into Gmails. Yeah.
That's true.
Listen, she will turn you into one of her tapestries that will just be moaning in pain constantly.
Yes, in pain.
Don't.
Go on.
Yeah.
Go on.
Go on. Yes, I'm Robin. I use she, her pronouns, and tonight I am playing the lovely, the beautiful, the young-looking Tereza Dinescu, our Zemisi Vavod, and she uses she, her pronouns right now. And yeah, she went through some upgrades.
Perfect. Also going through some upgrades, it's Chris.
Hi, Chris here. Use he, him, and they, them pronouns. Go by Blogg in the chat and get to play Rainald, our aspiring bishop
It's good
in
to have dreams.
La Sombra.
Fantastic. Hey, you know who is beneath you right now? It is the one, the only, Kal Vincent. Hello, NeoCal.
It's me. I'm NeoCal. I was checking out the microphone, and there's like an interview and a cardioid mode on the mic. I've never, but not a dial. A vault, like a rolling, but like a roller setting.
Is there?
I just moved it. Maybe that was why it was like always on. No, it's still always on. Anyways, the good mic is always on, people. Hi, my name is Kal. My microphone works fine up until 10 seconds before we start recording. So that's on little bit on my end for why we're so late. But I use he, him pronouns. I play Bastien, Salubri. It's been a few years. Maybe he's not such a little guy. Hey, 5'3" was average height in the 14th century. Okay.
Inches or okay.
And yes, also that.
Right.
And yeah, I'm excited to welcome everybody to oh God. Trying to remember city's name. It's changed name 3 times.
Alba Julia, also
No, that's the
known
old.
yeah.
Why
that's
do I
the old one.
remember the more complicated? I remember Alba Julia.
Ball grad? Like you're
Ball
glad
grad.
about your balls. You're ball glad.
No, it's like a ball grab, but you know, it's just different.
Oh yeah,
There
that's
we
fair.
go.
Either way,
That's how I
Thank you,
remember.
Duchess.
All right. Yeah, that's me.
That's you. And of course, who could forget the entity known as Jen, the undying entity until proven otherwise, known as Jen.
Yes. Hello. Yes, Jen Peters.
Sounds like you're spitting. Jen Patu.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's at least I didn't use all of the apostrophes.
Ermagerd, Jern Perder.
Anyways, hi, I'm Jen. I use she, her pronouns, except when I'm in my undying entity form, of course, you know, as per usual. But yes, I play Alëna, our gangrel, who's also an undying entity of some sorts.
Seriously, it reminds me of like the God mode in Scion First Edition, where you just turn into a cloud of trouble.
Yeah.
When you hit God mode, you're like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to become a cloud of vengeance.
I mean, I probably can almost afford mist form.
That's a cloud of vengeance for you.
It is.
Nice. Anything else that you want to say, Jen?
Nope, but World Building Wednesday was fun today.
World Building Wednesday was fun. I hope to have you back sometime. And of course, I did neglect Duchess Robin. So if you have no idea what I'm talking about, thank you. You're welcome. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, coincidentally, on April 1st, Dorktail started selling plots of land in the fantasy world of Elos. You can buy these plots of land, and because of a loophole in ancient contracts, owning any land on Elos makes you a lord. So yeah, you can do that, and drop us a tip or join the Patreon until the end of the month, and for a certain fee, I'll name you a lord, and I'll send you a little writ. It has nothing to do with April 1st. It has nothing to do at all. That's just the day that it started. Although I will admit, like, it's been pretty good. I paid for some of my meds today using using the money from titles. It's just as authentic as established titles, I'm sure. I say as in parody. Don't
More
established
important.
titles. More important, really.
Because maybe they can interact with the story.
Exactly, right? And, like, who says, like, Scotland's not a real place?
I mean, not really.
Not really. I mean,
like, if I went onto your acre of land, if I went to your acre of land from, like, that like title grift or whatever and trespassed, you'd never know.
yeah,
would
it's
never
actually
affect
only
your
a
life.
1 foot by 1 foot. And,
yeah, it's only 1 foot.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
I thought it was
yeah,
one
it's
acre.
1 foot.
An acre.
No.
No.
It's a foot. It's why Kelly literally.
I didn't know
Pretty
that.
funny. Yeah, go check out the post. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Folks, what you can also do if you want to spend your hard-earned money is go spend it on Bookwyrm Games, on bookwyrmgames.com. They also have a backer kit up right now for their Quill system, a game called Familiar Tales. It's a comfy, cozy game where you get to go out and do big adventures as small critters, like in Redwall and other similarly copyright distinct works of art. And if they hit the $12,000 goal, it's already funded, by the way, so there's no risk. They always fulfill their goals. They got kobolds to work for them. But at 12,000, they'll hire me to work alongside the kobolds and create a bunch of modules. It'll be nice. If you go to the
They're
website,
at 10K right now.
so drop $2,000. It's Canadian. That's like 50 US, or at least it was before the tariffs.
I was gonna
That's
say.
That's like 2 dozen eggs in the US. Okay.
That's 2 dozen eggs.
For the price of an omelet.
As a side
For the
note,
price of a Denny's Grand Slam.
I found out the price of the new Switch 2 today, and I found it out in American first, and then I found it out in Canadian, and
Tell me, what is it in Canadian?
like $650.
Ouch!
649 before tax.
After tax is 900 because our taxes are wild. But if I break my arm, they'll set it for free, so it's okay.
$1,000 shipping.
$1,000 shipping. Yeah. 1 million years dungeon. Go to bookwyrmgames.com. Use code DorkTales to save 15%. You will not end up in the dungeon for 1,000 years. And if you spend 100 Canadian or more, you get the worldwide shipping for free, which is pretty dope. They sent it to you via Kobold, which is a little unusual. All right.
Can confirm. I've received several packages from Bookwyrm.
Yeah, you have. Anyway, thank you, Bookwyrm Games. You guys are an amazing sponsor, and I can't wait to work with you again. Folks, it's time for some vampire, because tech problems have pushed us back 40 minutes. And so, if players, if you could please put in our private chat anything that you want me to cover for your flashback stories that was not hit last game, that would be wonderful. But besides that, last episode, we jumped into the plot by recounting what happened after your fateful encounter with Tremere in episode 17. After that, you traveled back to rest, only to be pulled away again by your Nosferatu friend to inscribe a final rune in a castle outside of Ialba Julia, also known as Balgrad. There you met a strange young Zamisi that had diablerized his sire and was caught in the throes of mania, a mania that seemed to part like the rainstorm upon the final rune's carving. Perhaps he was merely insane, perhaps he was corrupted by the being known as Coppola, because I refuse to pronounce it any other way. Perhaps it was from, the bombing of the movie Metropolis. Who knows? But either way, he is now sane again, and you are 100 years in the future. A lot of stuff has happened, and one of you got really hot. I'm not going to guess. I'm not going to say who, but you can guess.
Thank you. I'm glad you noticed. I have new clothes.
It looks nice on you. I like it. I like it. I can't wait until we slowly just get you into the sexy priest outfit.
Oh, Father, forgive me for I have sinned.
Is it just gonna? It's just gonna be like a leather dominatrix outfit, or a leather dommy outfit,
Sorry.
not a dominatrix.
Robin, is it forgive you because you have sinned or you're about to?
Both.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why not both?
Thought crime.
Why not
As
both?
soon as you think it, you've sinned.
All
I
right.
keep on sinning, guys. I just keep on sinning. I'm sinning as we speak.
So, as we are jumping to the future, in the future scenes, everybody's going to be at full willpower, and I will say, I'll say that you are probably going into this meeting with a friend. I will allow you to roll a d10, add your herd and generation to that number. Minimum half.
Herd as well.
Sorry,
If you have
add
heard it,
your
yes.
generation.
Hot dang.
Okay.
I'm assuming that you would have topped up to a reasonable degree. So
Add
if your
generation or add
Dots.
our dots in the generation background.
that one, generation dots.
They are
Okay.
different
So
numbers.
if
Yeah,
you are
yeah.
if you are 7th generation, add 6 to the total. If you are 8th, add 5.
Okay.
I realize that technically is wrong according to Vampire Dark Ages, but whatever, we're going with it.
Okay.
Cool. So Robin, you're gonna have 12 points of blood to start. So you're a little peckish. Cal, do you have a blood pool of 16?
No.
Okay. Well, Cal's.
Can I have some blood, Cal? Can I have some of your blood?
Oh, if I have some. Oh, it was background stuff when my herd went doo-doo-doo. Can I
Yeah, so
give
Cal, you're
one
full.
of my herd
Does-
to
does
her or
When,
no?
when
My
they
roommate,
get to your place.
my domain
Okay.
doesn't count for feeding.
Oh yeah,
right?
add your domain too. Fuck it. Let's go.
Okay, so then 14. I'll be at 14. That's not bad.
And you, when they're so everybody is in the
Oh, 3,
process of
just
heading over to visit Bastien at Bastion's Manor. And
I'm full, FYI.
Yay!
I got a straight up 20 at the end of
Perfect.
that.
And Rainald with 1.
16.
16. You're
Thank you.
fine. You're fine. All right.
I'm
so
adding my domain to it. I'm so full, guys.
you're so full. You're just a tick ready to burst.
Ugh.
Spoon.
I mean, that's the title of the episode right there. Release.
Oh, somebody
Please.
watched Tick.
Yeah, damn straight I watched The Tick. Why wouldn't I? It was dope. And with that, let us begin game. The lot of you are making your way toward the city of Belgrade. As you do, each of you is traveling in your own convoy. Tereza, you make your way there in a carriage driven by some of your younger family ghouls. But from a different part of the Transylvanian Alps, we cut across to where another carriage is making its way. Rainald, can you describe the man that is driving the carriage?
All right. Let's see here. It would actually be they're both sitting out front. There's 2 people there.
Okay.
One, the person driving the carriage, at first glance, yeah, I would say she comes across as a man, but a bit closer, she hasn't like done herself up to look like one as much while on the road. She's very, very tall, dirty blonde hair, short cut lady with probably like laughing really loud and like not trying to hide her presence at all. She's very where is the sheet here that I had that written down for? Very boisterous, loud, confident.
And the one next to her?
The one next to her is a man in a robe very similar to what Rainald used to wear, though his would probably be a little bit more gray. He's got short-cut hair, a bit of stubble on his beard. He's shorter than her. He probably looks a bit more mousy, I would say, in comparison. Very introspective person. He's quite alert as well as his surroundings. The two of them do get along, but he just kind of listens to her stories and smiles and nods along with her.
That's a very interesting story. I don't think I know it's like. But are you sure that's the way that it... I don't think that Spain really followed that type of... Luca, I'm being slightly exaggerative, but come now. Have you made it to Spain? Have you seen the courts out there? Of course. All Spaniards, and this is a fact, love the... Never mind. You wouldn't understand. Go wake him. Or pull him from his revelry. The castle is in sight. Yes. Fine. I will, I'll get him. The man stands up and steps through the veiling curtain that separates the wagon from its back. And as he does, we transition to another hand, pushing through another curtain. We are inside of a cathedral's cellar. And the hands belong to Rainald. Rainald, on the night that you met these two for the first time, what were you wearing?
I'd still probably be wearing the old noble's clothing that I was given from our Tzimitzi friend that we met, who was a little off the rocker.
All right. On the other side, you will see Carl standing straight-backed, proud. His hair is pulled back into a tight bun. Did you allow him to shave?
Yeah, if he wanted to.
His chin is permanently pristine, shaved down to the flesh. He'll never grow stubble again. A tense, nervous smile splits his face. Sire. He bows deeply at the waist as you enter the back room of the cathedral. Thank you for making the time to come here. I greatly appreciate it.
Of course. It's a pleasure to see you, Carl.
It has taken some time, but I have found 2 suitable replacements.
Clever. The deal we made said to find a replacement for you. I know that was very difficult for you to determine and find one person to fill your shoes. It seems you have found 2 instead.
Master, I wanted to find a pair of people who could serve us and serve in a greater way than I ever could. Now I have to ask, Was it your intention to embrace him before he found these, or after?
After. It's
Okay.
the deal that I have with him is and that I'm going to offer as well is they will serve me until they find an appropriate replacement.
Okay,
So it's
in
up-
that case, he is presumptive in calling you sire. He has shaved himself clean tonight. This is the night. You can see the blood pulsing in his throat. He sent word for you to meet here. He is dressed in finery. Given the number of weddings that you have seen, he is almost dressed like a groom, awaiting his final marriage to undeath. Before the embrace, I wanted to make certain that you were going to be served well. Even I cannot perform some of the duties that Nicoletta can. Speaking of, he will turn and offer a hand in guidance, where you will see up at the altar 2 people dressed in nothing more than the type of waist wraps that a flagellant would wear. Loincloths. They are kneeling, prostrated before the image of Christ. The 2 here are... This is Nicoletta. She is confident, clever. She will serve you well, in a place where only women can serve you. She is brash and often overlooked because of her sex. And this is Luca. He gestures towards the other, a man who is quite scrawny. He's a scholar, very well learned, understands the Bible and the Lord's words, as well as the Torah, and even has a bit of experience reading through the Quran.
How fascinating. I'm sure we will have much to discuss.
Yes, Master.
Assuming they agree to the same deal as you once did.
I do
And
know.
I'll look over at the 2 of them and walk up, and I'm sure that my friend Carl here has explained the situation to you a little bit, but I wish to reiterate. I will give you power. I will give you life everlasting. You must both agree to serve me for that life until you find another that you think is an appropriate replacement. And then I will give unto you the same gift that Carl is giving unto me. And
The
then
man nods.
your service ends.
Luca nods without looking up, but Nicoletta smirks. Her eyes flick up at you. They are heavy bedroom eyes. But beneath them beneath those heavy lids, you see stone looking at you. Of course. Power bought that way is power truly earned. I would be happy to accept, my lord.
And Rainald will take out a little dagger from his just aside, and he'll slit both his wrists, passing it from hand to hand, and offer it to both of them, a wrist each.
They will drink hungrily. And when they are done, they will drop back down into a prayer, pressing their foreheads near your feet. Carl looks at you. Is this acceptable, sire?
You tell me. Carl, it's fine. I think you've done very well. And you've earned this.
I would take them as my own, were I in your place. I could only pray that they are good enough for you.
I would like to spend some time on the road, getting to know them like you, I, and Felix did so long ago.
Rest his soul.
After we do this, I would wish for you to return the Tehuda Pass and run it as if it was your own. In my stead.
Of course, sire.
If
Master.
Think on it, and if it is not what you wish to do with your eternity, then do not feel any pressure. After this, you are free to do with it as you will. Because the most precious gift God gave man was that free will.
Master, of course, but you do not mean that I shouldn't... Of course I would still wish to serve you. You will be my master in the life beyond, as well as this.
We'll see how long that takes to change. Just remember, always remember, I gave you a choice, and you chose this.
Yes. I choose to walk your path. He will kneel in front of you, like a knight waiting to receive his honors. Did you embrace him then, or did you make him wait for it?
Yeah, I think I did. He's waited long enough.
Okay. As the last shuddering gasp leaves Carl's lips and you replace it with some of your dribbled vitae, he awakens, near frenzy. However, your veins are deep enough that you can prevent that from happening. Do you? as he comes to himself, as the night draws to a close, it feels strange. I can feel a hollowness where my heartbeat once was. There is a stillness. Sire, where will you travel?
Maybe go back home for a little bit. I don't know. So much has changed. I want to take a step back from... See if I can get away from the elders. Perhaps I'll visit Lisetta. I should let her know of the developments here.
Yes. If you would be so interested, you could accompany me to the pass, in case there is any instruction you would wish to give me about my condition, or...
Oh, yes. No. We will... There's a few other things that one must experience to learn completely. And I'll make sure that you are appropriately prepared.
They will serve you well, as I did.
That's why you had to choose them. You would be more harsh of a critic over who is to replace you than I.
And
I have no doubt in your judgment, Carl. None at all.
If they do not, let me know. I will strangle them with their own innards and replace them twofold.
Oh, Carl, there's much better things that we can do. Maybe I'll stay a year or so. Allow you to play with... Let's go. There's much to learn.
Of course. Excuse me, Master? Luca's voice pulls Rainald back. He is sleeping the day sleep away in the back of this carriage. And as you are... Do you sleep inside of a coffin? Do you sleep just inside of a carriage room? Like, what do you sleep inside of?
I think he would probably, as long as the carriage room is secure, he would sleep inside of that. Otherwise,
basically like just a covered wagon with extra coverings. Okay.
Yeah, as long as they're very secure.
Master, we are nearing Belgrade.
Thank you, Luca.
Of course. I should head back to the Rains just in case they pull. Nicoletta is not nearly as good of a driver as me. Well, now you're lying. I'm twice the driver you are. Good evening. I hope you slept well, Master.
It's just like time stops and then suddenly you're awake again.
We should be arriving within the hour. Unless you'd like to stop anywhere for a bite to eat?
Oh, I think I will be fine. If we see somebody worthy of it, well, I'll take my chance. I do expect both of you to be on your best behavior. Last time I saw some of these kindred, they were quite volatile. And who knows how the years have changed them.
I look forward to meeting your friends, Master. If they're even half as interesting as you, then it will not be a boring night.
I think you will like some of them. Look at Luca, and you others as well. I don't know if you'll like all of them.
He startles at the sound of a howling wolf. And smiles awkwardly. Nearby, we follow that sound. How would Alëna be making her way? Would she be flying? Would she be running in wolf form? Would she be swinging through vines? How would she be getting there?
Probably flying so that it doesn't take nearly as long and she doesn't have to leave until she's ready.
Fair. All right. So, as you fly across the distance in the form of a giant raven, are you bringing any others with you? Like any animals, any companions, anything like that?
No, I'm flying, so.
Oh, wait, well, I know, but you could bring some birds with you if you wanted to.
No. I don't have to rely on ghouls like these ones do.
It's true. You're not weak.
Right?
Right? It's lovely. All right, as you make your way across there, something is burning inside of you. Down below you, you can see a couple of wagons slowly making their way back up into the city of Belgrade, toward where it lies, up on a hill. The old battlements and walls still sturdy after all of this time. From your vantage point, you're going to be able to recognize, well, Rainald, is it the same wagon you've always had?
Sure is.
Is it?
Maybe.
Here's a question.
Oh.
Is it the Ravnos' wagon?
Ooh. You know what? Yeah.
How long do you think these wagons last for?
I mean, it's
that's a good point.
ship of
It's like the ship of yeah.
It's the wagon of Theseus.
Amazing.
So you are going to recognize a little bit of the make, at least, of the framework of the wagon that was pilfered from the Tzimisce, from the Ravnos that was diablerized. And a bit ahead, you will see another wagon that is undoubtedly Tereza's. You can tell this not only because of the coloration. The wagon is streaked with her family colors, which at night is not exactly perfectly easy to pick out. But the one behind the reins is undoubtedly her kin. Some things never change. So, do you stop by and say hello to either of them, or do you try to get there first?
No, I think I'll just circle. I don't want to be there first.
Okay, that sounds good. So
But I also don't want to land and talk to anyone. It's been a while since I've been social.
So, Bastien, as your friends gather outside and things swirl, ravens circle, I have to ask, what is your home like? Where are you having them meet you? Is it a mansion, a manor, a manse, a castle, a fort? You are incredibly wealthy now. Is it inside of the city or slightly outside?
Slightly outside the city. I figured I would is that a gentleman we ran into last session important to the plot? Because, you know, his castle was pretty good, and it was right outside of Belgrade.
It really was. Yeah, he's pretty. Well, would you have killed him?
Do it. Remember, he needed to eat somebody,
Yeah,
Kal.
well, unless he was the type to swear fealty. In which case, a bigger, stronger, grayer castle
would be erected. Let me
be
just check
erected.
this real quick. Okay, so hold on. If that's something that you think you would have done, let's see. Right,
What clan was he again? Did we know or did we not?
He's a
know?
Misi. So that you'd want you'd probably need Tereza's approval unless you wanted to cause some trouble.
Because
Or
he
you
was
could just
only
kill him.
crazy at the beginning.
Yeah, he turned sane.
You
at
know
the
what?
end.
Nah, he seemed fine.
Okay.
Still a castle though.
All right.
Would he technically be in my domain?
Yes. Yes, he would.
Okay,
Castles.
good to have Samichi next to.
Belgrade. Let's just check. The best Belgrade. The best Belgrade castles to visit. That's Belgrade.
Ooh, there's more than one.
Let me just check something real quick. Belgrade.
Pay no attention to the destroyed ones you find when you look up. That's
Yeah, exactly.
a different timeline. Yeah.
Okay, what's Belgrade called these days? Is it still Belgrade? Because it's saying this is in Serbia.
I had this looked. Alba Julia.
Oh, it's Belgrade. Now.
Oh, it's called.
Belgrade. Is it? No. Hold on. No, it's not. Hold on. It still pulls up Alba Julia. Fuck off.
Alba
Wait, what's
Julia has a big old fortress that's like a star. Let's just say it's there.
Just double checking that real quick to see that it was built. Wait, is it Alba Julia now or is it? I'm so confused. So, it looks like I've been saying this wrong. It looks like it was Alba Julia, and then became Belgrade, and then became it again. I
That's what
apologize.
I had thought originally. I just thought
So
I was
it's an ice cream
wrong.
sandwich of Alba Julia. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Wait, the
perfect.
Saxons had this. When? Uh-oh.
I don't know.
Damn Saxons.
Damn Saxons, they took our jobs.
So in the book, at Vampire Transylvania, the little extra thing you have, they have in the 12th century, it's as Belgrade.
Yeah, right. So it's Belgrade. And here
Was
it
the
left
capital of the
it leaves
Eastern
behind
Hungarian.
an impressive library, including many old writings, which the
And
characters
it's
will.
saying 20th century name, it's Alba Julia.
Okay, well, there we go. Hey, we learned
So
something.
it's Belgrade right now.
All right. We're still balling, folks.
We're still balling. All right. Okay.
Ball
So
is life.
you have a very fancy castle. Done. It's there. It's called Castle Bastien. It's called the Bastion.
Oh, there we go. It's the Bastion.
The Bastien.
Bastien.
It's the Bastille. All right. And we cut to the room that I'm gonna. Do you mind if I narrate some artistic liberties for your place?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Go for it.
We're in the center of your sanctum. There is a knock on the door as you are interrupted from whatever you are doing tonight. I don't know how you spend your nights, but one of the rooms that you enjoy is a room that is decorated by hundreds of panels of stray glass, of stained glass. Greens, reds, oranges, yellows, each of them illuminating the room as candles blaze outside of it. What do you do on your night to night?
I'm going to... Correct me if I'm wrong, but kindred were a little bit more spread out.
Yes.
They often had their own keeps and domains, but they still swore fealty to the prince of the region, right?
Yes.
Probably just meeting with contacts, allies, that kind of thing. Staying close to home just because I'm expecting company one of these nights. On those that would trespass without announcing themselves.
Okay.
Keeping up with... taking that a little bit more seriously. Not just letting people... not just letting kindred come and go.
The one that is kneeling in front of you tonight is doing so far closer than you allow anyone else to kneel. Long hair that curls and bobs as the figure moves, tickle the sides of your ankles. Where is Valentina, your Tremere friend, from? What accent does she have?
Oh, geez. This far out.
She could be from anywhere. She could be from the
That's
east.
true,
She could be
because
from the west. The Tremere will send her.
that's true. Oh, maybe they met during his travels into his out east to bring Christianity to certain barbarians.
So is she Turkish?
Or I was thinking that, or if you want to go further out, further Mediterranean or like Middle Eastern, that could be.
I think further Mediterranean is probably good. So either Greek or Italian.
That's what I was thinking, yeah. Oh, there we go. Maybe going and brushing up on the most recent teachings of Latin. Or, sorry, better educating himself on Latin is when they met.
My prince, she murmurs, I have come back to you. As you request, I have come from meeting with my superiors. I hope that my absence these past few weeks has not gone unnoticed. She slowly raises her head. Her gaze is a caress up your shins, your knee. Her fangs push down her lower lip as she smiles at you. I have brought gifts.
Gifts?
Of course. Would you care for one?
I would love that.
She snaps her painted nails over her head, and a woman standing by the door steps forward. She is taller now, more fit, more womanly. In the ensuing 100 years, you aged Lena up a bit, but did you embrace her?
I did.
She is pale. She is giddy. And as she steps forward, she pulls on a rope that is tied around the throats of two adolescents. She pulls them forward. It appears that the gift that has been given is a couple of French. She grins and pushes the two forward. The figures are nude. She pushes them. They have sacks over their heads, tied with a rope around the throat. As she pushes, they stumble and land at your feet, hard, scrabbling up. But as soon as they rise to their knees, they stop, stock still, unable to move. Valentina smiles. I thought you might want a taste of home, dear prince. It just so happened that there were some French sailors who were teaching their sons. And she reaches over and pulls the canvas sacks from their heads, revealing two blonde-haired French boys of around 15 or 16. Identical, save for a mole on the left one's chin. Teaching them the trade. A mirror image. Almost.
Have you made sure that they've been fed and water? You know I can tell the difference when they've been mistreated, right?
I have not mistreated them. They've been fed, they've been watered, they've been fed hardtack, they have been fed, whatever it is that humans eat these days. I don't know, but they have eaten. My ghouls have seen to it. You have nothing to fear. They will be quite nourishing. Your vigor will be most impressive. And fear not, their father will not miss them. They were harboring a fugitive, a Canaanite that was attempting to, well, I don't mean to bore you, but the ship is in flames and now rests at the bottom of the, well, near Sicily.
I had a dream that a river opened so wide that we could sail to and from Belgrade.
Do you want to go sailing, my lord?
I've never been. Surely I couldn't start now.
Not even for a pleasure cruise? Surely there are pleasures that you have not yet experienced that you would not like to deny yourself.
Did you swim when you were alive?
Did I swim?
Yes.
No. I never had occasion to. I bathed.
What happens when we fall into the ocean? Do we just sink to the bottom, or can we?
I would assume that we would sink. Lena, do you know the answer to that, dear? Your child looks down at this woman with a flat face. Of course, we sink to the bottom, then we grow wings and fly with the propulsion from our farts.
Wise words as ever.
Of course, Father. So wonderful to serve you. As always. There is a banging at the door.
Is it a secret knock? Or a normal knock?
It is 3 rapid knocks. Alëna will turn to the door. It seems your guests have arrived. Would you like me to bring them up, or would you like to make a hearty hello to them?
Well, I'm here now. I might as well go and say hello. I haven't let princedom go to my head that I cannot answer a door.
Perhaps we'll leave Valentina here with the swine? I would hardly say that the French are swine, dear Lena. Well, they do bleed like suckling pigs.
It gives... Yes, we'll leave her here just because it gives me a chance to introduce her.
Then I will happily wait inside of your sanctum, my prince. Would you like me to ensure that your French imports are ready to be served to guests?
If you could... Oh, that would make a good impression.
Oh, of
Yeah,
course.
Yeah, good idea.
She turns, gestures to a pair of ghouls that are standing in the shadows of the room. The 2 Tremere ghouls step forward, reaching into a sack and pulling out a pair of collars. Funny little devices. The last time I was back home, I traded these with some friends in Clan Cappadocian. They're very useful. Watch. These iron collars affix around the side of their throat. And they have a little device. A giant, hollow, pointed screw. And as the men kneel, her ghouls slowly screw that screw, like a keg tap, into the side of their throat. A bit of blood arterially splurts out before a valve is shut.
But that'll kill... Wait, what? How... What is this device?
It allows us to tap them.
Or when they bleed... Won't they bleed out? Does it actually stop the flow of...
It only... yes. There is a chance of illness if it's not clean, but We do render it to the best of our ability, and we could always lick the wound shut later. It is a minor disturbance.
Huh.
Besides,
you did
do you
bring
plan...
gifts.
I did, yes, of course. She's going to take a step around you, tracing one hand up your arm, circling you, pressing herself to your back, and putting her other hand on your opposite shoulder. Would you care for the first drink, my prince?
Suppose I could...
Martin.
If...
The goblet. One of the ghouls. Stand
Okay,
straight.
okay, I'll take the goblet, but now I need to answer the door. Ooh, I'll answer the door holding the goblet. Should I lean against the wall? Would that look cool? Okay, I haven't seen them for quite a while. I'm trying to make an impression.
I think you'll look magnificent. Yes, I'm certain that you will, Father, if you ever come to the door.
Okay, I'm gonna grab the goblet and hurry.
So you're going to hear
Hurry
this
to the-
"Ooga, ooga, ooga," as blood rushes into this pewter goblet. The two women will make stink face at each other for a moment before you step out into the front of your castle. Down outside of the main entrance, you'll see that there are a pair of carriages that have pulled up in front of a large statuary in the central corridor. You'll recognize the face of maybe the driver? Who's driving your carriage, Tereza?
A great grandchild of Tereza's. Dominic's inside with her.
All right. There is a moment where you are pretty certain that Dominic? Caesar? Is driving that? No, it can't be Caesar. Caesar's dead. You were there. And as you open the front door and look down at this, the side of the carriage will open, and Dominic will step out, dressed in finery. He leans back and offers a hand. Robin, would you like to describe who steps out?
Yes.
Dominic looks the same.
Dominic looks the same. Honestly, he looks pale, but good.
Okay.
I have to. So, he has a beard now that is styled to the most recent style, and his hair is swept back. But the person that steps out,
So you're going to see a pale white hand that has very taut skin, long fingernails that is just adorned with various rings and gems, will reach out, and following that is a very long gown, well, coat with furs, and out steps a very young looking, maybe Clara?
it probably looks a
Almost.
lot like Clara.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess because I've never met Tereza. Oh, so I'd assume it's Clara. Yeah.
Yeah. But you'll see, except you will, like, if when you get a good look, you will see that Tereza is wearing her, a necklace that she's worn every day that you've seen her. It's some sort of importance to her family. So you will see her wearing that necklace, but you will see a very spitting image of Clara as you see a very young looking Tereza. and just arrogant, even more arrogant than when she was before. She looks...
So someone's holding the tail of the cloak, probably, and...
Yeah, probably another one of her many children, grandchildren, family. And then Polnock will come, kind of rest on her shoulder, probably letting her Tereza know that probably bumped into Alëna on the way.
Does Alëna just fly inside of the castle while the door's open? So a giant fucking
No,
raven
she goes in through a window somewhere,
Oh, okay.
as is tradition.
As is tradition. All right. As
probably
you see
leave
this
a
bastion,
window open.
Yeah, okay. There is an immense caw somewhere inside of the castle that echoes, just as a "yo bitch" type of vibe.
I see Alëna has arrived. Tereza will mention to Dominic.
You're gonna notice Bastien's a little different. He's not on, like, leaning down. He's a little bit taller than you remembered. His hair is tied back. Not just wearing simple, rags.
You will also notice Tereza has everything is lifted up. Sure, her boobs are back at a normal height, her butt's nice and perky, everything is tight. She looks she does
Rocking
not look
heels.
like a woman. Yes.
tweet.
Going to I accidentally swallowed. You know what? That's gonna be in character.
Okay.
It's gonna catch in his throat. So much for looking cool. Tereza, could that be
Bastien?
you?
Hello, Bastien.
Going to drink from the goblet, leaning against the stone wall nonchalantly, and step away from it.
I almost didn't recognize yourself. You are looking much more confident in yourself. I like this look.
I've
Looks good on you.
Lord Bastien.
threw
Dominic will say.
some water on my face and put on fresh linen. Dominic.
Well met. It is good to see you.
Matt. It's great to see all of you.
The final carriage will come to a halt, and you'll hear some shuffling inside as two strangers that you don't recognize open the back. And Rainald, how do you look after all this time?
Two strangers. I'm going to put up my hand and probably halt the crossbowman. From opening fire. Somewhere in unseen arrow slits. Because we weren't expecting unknown. Do you recognize who that is?
I think
My
I'd know
lady?
parts of that carriage anywhere.
So a rather dirty, dusting-looking man will come out of the carriage. He's no longer wearing what you're used to. He looks rather like a peasant, just normal, like poor person, regular person on the road, and he'll just kind of like, it's good to see you, my friends.
Oh.
Where?
So not wayfarers.
He'll actually, sorry. He'll say, "It's good to see you, my friend," looking towards Bastien, and then he will look towards the Lady Tereza and be like, "Is the matriarch of your line not going to be joining us tonight?"
No, why don't you come up and introduce yourself? Come on now.
Rainald, it is good to see you. I've enjoyed our correspondence the last few 100 years. I have perfected my craft of flesh sculpting, and I've decided that I can look however I want. But it is me. It is Tereza.
Well, I must say, you are a testament to the artistry of your line in every way.
If I had not
Bastien
heard your
here.
voice, I would have pulled a blade and assumed somebody playing a trick.
Bastien, you are looking quite, as if you were doing quite well for yourself.
The area has become a little more popular over the decades and century. Walls are higher. The peasants feels
Did you
more
ever get
safe.
that gold statue? I'm sure it had no impact on the economy around here.
Well, after a while, I was like, why do I want to make a statue of that guy? Like, I didn't even particularly like him, and I can't remember his name now. So how funny would I have felt if I had made a statue of him?
I believe I heard our final companion fly into your castle. Why don't
then
you
let us
take
not
us inside and
Remain
have a
out here,
proper
of course, of
reunion?
course.
Besides, she's probably making a mess of wherever she landed. If you have papers on that desk,
She
they're gone.
never. I actually have a landing area for her.
Oh.
A runway.
That the tale of have you read the
Yes,
That
I knew
recent,
that was coming. I knew Jen was going to type that in the chat.
Never used it. Mostly because she's never visited, but
I'm just picturing a kind of Rescuers Down Under kind of set of runway. It's got velvet.
in the modern era, Bastien just has a skateboard for her to land on, and she just like goes along.
Do you
the
know how
floor.
cool that would? Note to self, one sec. Invent skateboarding as soon as roads are flat, which actually is a shockingly long time
Yeah.
from now.
Yeah.
My roads aren't even flat out here. I'm going to bring them in. I assume Lena's at the door.
Lena is at the door, pretty much standing directly behind you.
Oh, do you recognize? Well, there's some changes that have happened. I'm excited.
Hello? Lena says, her voice a little bit lower. She looks to be about somewhere in that nebulous age between 16 and 19 now. Her skin is pale as snow. Her hair is dark and straight. She looks in your direction. Lady Tereza!
You recognized her that quickly?
Thou art fetching. Thy breasts are perky and pert. Thy buttocks is like a stallion's.
A lot of things have changed, but
I've missed
Lena-
her sharp tongue.
you get away with a
And-
lot.
It is
Me pointing it
because-
out has never changed. Has never made a difference.
Of course I get away with things. I am on my dear sire's estate. Who would punish me here aside from him? And he would not punish me. He loves me too dearly. As I love him. She bats her long lashes at you.
Well,
Hi,
maybe
Rainald.
they'll let.
It is a pleasure to see
hopefully
you
Rainald
again,
will
Lena.
keep you in line. Good. It's a pleasure seeing you, Rainald. Welcome, welcome. Let us go and welcome.
Oh, no, far be it. I am a guest in your estate. Far be it for me to interfere with personal matters of this domain. That would be most rude
maybe
and unbecoming.
your Auntie Tereza will. Ugh, who am I kidding? Anyways,
I will teach her how to get even more trouble. And if you want bigger breasts, Lena, I can make that happen.
don't.
My breasts are fine as is. They are perfectly sized, shaped like like a wine glass.
I don't
Or
even
shaped to
know what
fit.
that means. However,
Anything more than a handful is wasteful. It is obvious that my dear aunt is quite
You're not
bountiful in
supposed
her
to say.
advanced age.
Don't listen to her, Tereza. Oh, you're probably immune to her antics.
I'm
at this
quite
point
immune.
anyway.
Besides, she's just a child. She's not, but the clocks restart once you get embraced, Lena. So you're back to the very young age.
I am but an
Was that how it works?
adolescent, my aunt. But I don't think that it falls to Uncle Rainald to help me flagellate. Unless I speak a farce. Shall we? We have many dishes inside. There's French food being served up by a pig. Shall we?
Lena,
Oh, I'm sorry.
check out
A
these
boar.
windows. These. Be nice.
Ooh,
Check out these windows. Have you seen this? I could only imagine what the light looks like coming through them.
So Dominic is here?
Dominic is here, just kind of standing, looking around.
And is he the only one of your servants that you brought? Or
There's a
she
driver.
has. There's a driver. Her driver, Emilion.
but
And
nobody else that that Rainald would recognize?
no, other than Polnock.
Mhm.
So right now it's the familiar gang. There's no new people, unless they're coming in. Are your ghouls coming in?
No, they'll
No?
probably stay outside with the. Or sorry, Rainald.
Rainald will quickly approach Lady Tereza and say, if you don't mind, may I ask for some assistance from Dominic? I have two newer members who haven't had much encounters with other ghouls, and we've spent most of our time on the road. If you don't mind, if I could beseech you to have Dominic watch over them while the rest of us get reacquainted.
Of course.
And
I'm unfortunately I would love to have. I think we will be fine by ourselves. Dominic, you may do as Reynald asks.
Of course. I would think nothing of it.
Dominic, this is Nicoletta and Luca. I expect the both of you to listen to this man while we are here.
Yes, of course. Of course.
And as he passes by, he's just going to look over at Dominic and just be like, thank you for your assistance. I'm grateful.
Of course. I am happy that you are grateful. All right. You two. Come with me. He takes your ghouls. Inside, Now, Bastien, do you have any other ghouls or servants that might have been waiting for Alëna?
Only one. Because humans, well, one of note.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, I must not have put them in the thing, because I can't even find Lena in our group NPC. Weird. Was she... Anyway, and I figured he would be a French traveling, what's the word I'm looking for? Pilgrim. That he ended up healing.
Okay.
So he didn't die of gangrene. And the only French name that's popping in my head is Gaston. So,
That's just what Bastien calls him. It's just
oh God. My
Just
name's
not his
Gary.
name.
Oh,
He's
it's
some
quiet,
gee.
Gaston.
He's some gee. He's some gee.
He's some gee.
Just some gee.
Right. Thank you for highlighting that. I forgot that her name was
Yelena.
Yelena. Yeah.
But we changed
That's
her
why I
name
didn't see her.
because... So... What is Gaston? What's his deal now that he has been put into your service? Is he just your
Tall.
retainer now?
Yeah. Tall, built, well dressed. Knows Latin, knows the holy places.
Is he a
Like
bit of a
if-
hunter?
Take away little bit of a hunter. Take away the rampant sexism from actual Gaston. And
Slow down, Maurice.
basically like that.
Slow down, Bastien.
He was raving like a fool. All right, so what would he be doing at this time of night when Lena flies through?
Lighting the candles near the window that she'd fly through were probably lit so that
So he's illuminating the
Alëna
lamps and
could
candles, and like he's making the place atmospheric.
exactly specifically so that Alëna could see the open window, not that she needs help seeing it, but like so that she knows its intent was that window. As
Yeah,
funny
it's
as
like
it would be for her to crash through.
It's like with a plane, you know, you got to put the landing gear down, right?
Yeah.
I have so much fortitude. I would do it anyway.
Do you know how
She's
expensive
not.
those
She's
windows
not so rude that she takes a different window, though. There is a
goes
window
in one
there.
window,
She will-
flies out another, leaving
All right.
Alëna
Smash,
shaped.
So, as this tall, beefy Frenchman is lighting candles around the way, Alëna, what do you do? How do you ruin his night?
I don't for a minute.
Okay.
He needs to move away from the window first.
All right. He lights the candles and turns, going to raise some of the lighting around the inner walls, lighting up some of the torches, sconces, and so on. He doesn't even see you enter.
No. Alëna flies in. The only sign of her passing is that the candles gutter out. And
What?
she lands in the shadows, shifts back into her form, and begins to stalk Gaston from the darkness.
All right. Can you give me a dex and stealth roll?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so he's a hunter, so I'm going to say that he probably has an okay pool for this. Not with that many ones, he doesn't. Right.
That's 4 successes from me.
Oh, man. That beats my 0.
Cool.
We love it. He turns back and The damn window seems to have gutted out. Ah, wonderful. Exactly what I need this time of night. The lady will be entering soon. Right, time to relight these. He takes a stick, holds it up to one of the other candles nearby, or the sconces, and is going to start to relight the candles.
As he does that and then steps back from it, Alëna is going to essentially pounce, but like kind of grab him with her forearm, shove him up against the wall, and sniff real hard. Who are you?
My name is Gaston. I serve Prince Bastien.
You smell like him.
I am his... yes, you are... You are in his domain, and I hope you would not harm his property. I'm his property.
She holds him just a beat longer and then releases him.
He's like twice your size, and he's panting like he just got off a bucking bronco.
Shall I wait for him here with you?
I think I announced your presence. And outside, the lot of you will hear "Ah!" echo a moment before.
I think that is Alëna.
Let us go into the main chambers. Unfortunately, away from these beautiful windows.
Well, seems like a
I
lot
have
has changed
someone-
for most of us.
I want to meet this pig of yours.
This pig of mine, her name is Valentina.
Oh, a woman. Lena.
Careful, it is Bastien. It could literally be a pig named Valentina.
It is.
Well, let's
What
go
did-
see if it looks as good with
What did you
lipstick
say,
on or
Rainald?
not.
I said, careful, it is Bastien. You are... Well, you used to be quite known for your tricks. It could literally be a pig named Valentina. We won't know until we meet her.
Well,
Yes.
why don't we see if she brings home the bacon then?
Yes, let us walk.
I notice a bit of tension between Lena and this Valentina.
Are you saying this out loud to all of us?
Kind of just to Bastien, quietly, but probably if anyone wanted to hear, they obviously could.
Pay no mind to Lena. She's particularly sharp. And
Well, you
in
know
the main,
what they say about an evil stepmother.
let us not
And-
make up our mind beforehand, shall we?
Another yelp echoes from upstairs, and you hear a slightly bestial snarl.
Oh,
Perhaps best to hurry before your guest
let
eats
us
your
hurry.
ghoul. And with
no.
that,
Oh, she would never. Well,
and on that, let's take a quick break as you head upstairs. We'll be right back. welcome back. This is the part of the program where we talk to the chat for a moment. Mostly, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to vent for a minute, everyone. Because if this... I'm going to vent, not vamp. I'm not going to vamp, I'm going to vent. I do not always blah, blah, blah. Actually, right now I'm going to blah, blah, blah. Guys, I gotta say, if every act of this frickin' game involves an entire session of, oh, what have you been doing over the last 100 years? Oh, what have you... Like a bad LARP? I'm gonna be so upset. Like, I know it's fun to check in and see, oh, you've changed. Oh, yeah, that's good. Oh, it's very nice. But the fact that, like, if the book wants you to dwell on that shit every, like, 8 games, it feels like almost going into one of those, like, clip show episodes from, like, The Simpsons.
I feel like it's appropriate after, like, 100 years apart, but then, like, you know what, we do our things, do whatever, and get sick of each other, go our own ways. And then, like,
That's
oh,
fair.
you know what, they weren't that bad. Come back.
But that means that
it's been 100 years.
I know it's boring for you, but I find it's a lot of fun role playing for us to kind of get
Is
that.
it?
Like,
Okay, I'll just sit back and let
yeah.
it happen then. I'll just like I'll check
I like
check
getting
my
back into it.
horoscope. Okay.
Wait,
as long as
because
that's fun.
what I will say is for what I think is the next jump, it's a small jump, because we've got to do Convention of Thorns.
Let's double check. So I've got the next book right here.
Yeah.
So the next book, it goes, hold on.
Should be 1492, 93.
Kitty.
Oh, yes.
Kitty.
Oh, Chris.
That was very loud,
Chris, can you
by the
turn
way.
your mic down just a tiny bit?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I really noticed
Sorry,
it.
I got
Kitty.
I got excited.
You got
And it was
excited.
very
Yeah.
Yeah, I
loud.
think that was exactly it was just the voice, because you go so quiet and
It goes so quiet, and then you went Kitty. So it goes from 1413 to 14. Well, I don't know if you in 1413, but it goes 1472.
Okay. Yeah, that makes
year-
sense.
20 years
20.
before Columbus, you say. Then it goes
Thorns.
to
Can we kill him?
Let's
kill
beat him
Columbus
there.
or kill the cat. Either
Kill
way,
Columbus. Oh,
You kill Columbus, another Columbus is coming. Then it goes to 1493.
Which is Convention
Then
of Thorns. Oh, cool.
Then it goes to 1495. Oh, I'm loving this. I'm loving
Long
this. Yeah, the long cat was invented in 1495.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
that's a very long
Okay.
cat.
That's 1495.
longest-
Right? Make it look like it's like a spring too, so it looks like you got a core accordion cat.
Yeah, but yeah, so what I was saying is the next couple of jumps are incredibly short, and so I feel
we
like
don't
we're
need
not
to
going to
do this.
have we're not going to have this aspect every single one
Yeah.
of those. If the book has
Also-
it, I suggest skipping it then.
Yeah, honestly, because like for the first jump was like the first time we've done it. This time, like a lot of us went through some pretty major.
This feels like
character
more of a jump
development.
than the last jump. Yeah.
It does. It feels like more of a jump.
So 1470,
Yeah.
1475. So then between book 2 and 3, it goes from 1495 to 1680. So that's
That I feel is going to be a lot of changes.
yeah, that's a 200-year jump.
Yeah.
Then it jumps ahead another 30 years, whatever, 30 years. is not
Yeah.
enough. Then it jumps ahead 69 years, 79 years.
Nice.
Damn.
Aw.
No, it's 79, unfortunately.
nice plus 10. What is the cat doing?
Cal is
My
a
dog does that
blue.
too.
Yeah. So yeah, Kelly, if the shorter time jumps, if the book goes like, and then they meet up again for the first time in 30 years and have a discussion, like skip that.
No,
Just
skip that.
throw us
Then-
into
100%.
action. That's fine.
In book
Yeah.
4, so you go, then you jump ahead another 97 years, and then it's 100 years.
Yeah, I feel like the big
Which-
jumps, the 200, the 97, the 100-year jumps might.
That last 100 I probably won't, because, like,
Yeah, no, that's fair.
my God, you know it's going to be really frustrating? So it's going to
That
be,
last
we got to
100 's
decide
really
this,
long.
folks. When are we changing costumes? Because this outfit, that outfit, those outfits, they work through what, 1500?
Yeah.
Well, you know, vampires
Yeah,
can be
100%.
are like often depicted as being like kind of anachronistic with like
what
their
we do
clothing
in the
and whatnot.
shadows.
So we
Nandor.
could
And Nandor is
Oh, yeah,
dressed
Nandor-
really well. He is a fashionable gay.
But he wears his old clothes.
The fur, yeah.
Yeah. So I think it
So-
depends.
The
Like
fur-
You live like
You
that
know
now,
what?
Cal.
Yeah.
You live like that. That's just.
Oh
Like-
yeah, when you were talking about Columbus, I wanted to say like I kind of want to just see how much we can derail what's in the book, just so that Kelly has to. I'm sorry, Kelly. I know it's more
Yeah, but
work,
then we'll have
so
to
that it's
discover
all
America.
Kelly stuff. It's all Kelly
I love
like
the Kelly
trying to
stuff.
like add in like what he does to personalize it for the game. It's just like
Boo.
Transylvania Chronicles what? Like especially if you're having these problems with the book, it's just
New
more
World
encouragement, I
Chronicles?
think.
New World.
New World of
God, no.
Darkness.
New World
Yeah, time travelers from the
Transylvania?
future say, "Hey, you guys have to discover America now because you just killed this Columbus guy." And then we look, and our hand is like fading in front of us, just like from back.
Yeah, because there's a
Back to the
portrait
Future.
of you in America.
And there's a
no, no.
Yeah, and I pull out a portrait, and
Yeah. It's actually a woven tapestry, which makes it even
Yeah.
weirder.
Like Roland. We killed Roland at the beginning of the game.
Oh yeah, I think he comes back in this chapter.
does he?
Oh.
Really?
No, I
Oh
don't
my
think
God.
he
He's
will.
supposed
I
to.
don't. I have a funny suspicion he won't.
You never know.
So
You never know.
I just want to adjust something that's in the chat because it was a little confusing, and it was confusing to me because I wasn't expecting to do this. Last game was technically before this time skip. So Random mentioned that it seems weird that we're still trying to get the coterie together 2 episodes in, and we're not. It's because we finished before, and then went forward. But I wasn't expecting the last scene in the castle with the guy because I thought you were going to skip that. But that's just
Yeah, me too.
I had a guy named Gaston. Oh, you mean that scene in the castle?
yeah.
The little end of
You said you
the
didn't
act.
specifically.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh, it's kind of important, and then I get a cackle at the camera and be kind of a weirdo, and I was just like, I should have just had you like show up inside of his castle, and he'd be like, welcome, I'm Marrow Taster.
Oh my god.
That's who he is.
I'm
but-
Marrow
Kelly, you have no idea who
Sucker,
that is?
The deranged.
Like,
No, Marrow Taster is a character inside of our mage game.
yeah,
Oh, it
It's
is?
a, it's
Marrow
a death
Taster?
Oh, yeah.
spirit that's been put
Yeah.
into a zombified rat.
That
Yeah,
Christine
he's great.
made
He has a little
quiet.
scalp that he like uses.
Yeah,
as a
he has
hat.
at the top of his head, he pulls off like, hello.
hat.
Like
And
a hat.
so
That's funny.
he had a
That's-
fez, but he's not. He lost it now. So now
He
he's
lost
back
his
to opening
fez.
up his
It was-
skull.
Yeah, he's
But yeah, so we had done the time skip stuff when Robin was supposed to be in Washington and then wasn't, I think.
Yeah.
But
No, I
we-
came
we-
back that day.
because-
I came back.
Yeah. But you were supposed to be still down there. And so we did that and we planned that because we didn't think we were going to finish out most of the rest of the book. And last episode was supposed to be more of a flashback thing. And then Kelly went ahead and did the scene, which is fine because it was weird and wild and wacky.
And we did our flashback scenes kind of after
So
that.
we did a couple of them and we
Yeah.
did a few more now. But yeah, we're not still getting the coterie together. It's just that
we're not still. We're getting the band back
the
together.
timing got weird.
Okay.
Timing got weird. 100%.
So my question before we hop back into game is looking at the timeline. First off, when are we getting new art? And second of all, I know I ask this every like 10 sessions. And when are you guys going to dress in all black leather for 2000s? Are you guys going to update for the final?
in 2000s. Yeah.
Oh.
Hello, Tereza
Dude.
and Goth Punk.
I'm
Okay.
probably doing that for like years.
Dude, my
or-
online handle is NeoCal.
Okay,
You
good.
don't think I
so
have
what I
the
need
Matrix
is for everybody
outfits?
to play. I can't play it on the channel because of copyright, but I need everybody who, even Jen, who is not going to be in the Roll20 listening, to load up the opening techno track from Blade 1 and just have it looping through those games. Boom, ba-da-da-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-da-da-dum,
I have
bum.
Roll20 up because I'm on my desktop now.
Oh my
Blood
god, you
Rave.
do! I'm so proud of
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be great for Vecna on Friday, assuming that Vecna's going to run on Friday. The bed will just eat Amy again if she can't do it. She's like, I'm out! I'm back in!
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
God, I hope she's doing better. Actually, one sec. I got to send her a message to find out if how we are doing tomorrow night's game, because we're supposed to do Golden Vault tomorrow. And then we're going to head back into game, folks. So, boop, boop, boop.
Is Blade more like a revenant? 'Cause there's no. Hear me out,
Cal's
right?
I'm just laughing at your cat. Just like I'm asleep here now.
So
So
there are some rules
everybody
in
that knows me
revised for Dampiers, which are basically like revenants, but aren't from a revenant family.
Oh. Yeah, I've
so
trained
they-
Apollo to jump up and hang out on my shoulder. So even when I'm not asking him to, sometimes he just when I took him out today, there was like a dog, and he came up to my leg, and I leaned down and jumped up. So that's going well. Sometimes when we're out on a walk, he'll just hang out, and people will, like, you know what? People will look at a dog and kind of like smile and like keep going or whatever, but everybody seems incredibly amused whenever I have a cat on a leash.
Well, yeah, because cat, it's like having a kid on a leash. You're not used to seeing it.
And when we go up and down the street, and they see him on my shoulder more so.
Yeah, when I get a
kid?
cat, I'm going to train it to walk on a leash too.
Man, you know what I wish didn't stink? Ferrets.
But they do so
They
much,
stink
man.
so much. I
So
know, but they're
much.
so cute. They're
And then
they're
you
friend
become
weasels.
the ferret person, and but they're
I've
very
only
cute.
I've only ever been to one house that was ferret people. It was like when I was in college, and it was this really weird like upstairs suite, and they had like church pews in their kitchen. Like as like so they had like a table built into the wall and like church pews around it, and like they had like bikes hanging off the wall. You know, the people that hang their bikes on the wall,
Yeah.
on like the entryway and stuff. And it was just like, this was like back in like the 2000s, like early 2000s, where that was kind of like new. And it was just like, it was really weird. But they had ferrets everywhere, and it stank. You can get ferrets descented, but that just feels cruel, man. Like I don't know. I don't know if I trust
Yeah.
that. Like I don't, or not even trust it. I don't think I want to do that. Like I'm having my dog neutered, and I feel bad about that.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
just had
no,
our other kitty, Echo, neutered, and he's a cone cat right now.
Oh yeah, we're getting Teddy
He's got the
done in
cone.
like 3 weeks. I feel bad about it because I'm like, man, like I wish there was just an off button, like but you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, I feel bad. I wouldn't like my balls taken. On that
Yeah,
note.
You're gonna say you feel bad, but then he's literally gonna change into a different dog personality wise, and you're gonna be like, wow.
But what if it's a bad change?
It's not.
It usually is. It usually isn't.
calms them down because they don't have the testosterone, so they become calm and sweet.
But he's so sweet. He's so sweet.
Yeah,
All
he's gonna be sweeter, and he's not gonna be an asshole.
right.
Hopefully.
Okay, that's fair.
You
All
hear-
right, so
you heard it here first, folks. Testosterone is the asshole chemical.
100%.
yeah, straight out of. All right, he's a
Prove us
velociraptor.
wrong.
He's very sweet today. I took him to the dog park, and it was like watching it was like watching professional wrestling. Like he and another dog were literally flipping each other and just being like wham. It was super good. It was super good. I was very proud of him. I was like, get him.
And no videos. I'm hurt.
He's got the thick
I sent you
neck.
photos. I
Got
sent
that
you photos,
wrestling
and I
belt.
sent you photos. Hold on, I'm gonna show the chat a photo real quick, and then we're gonna head back to game because it's my favorite photo because it looks like a Renaissance painting. And
I hope one dog's midair and they're both kind of just.
it looked well. Hold on. Pictures of the dog on the bed. Here we go. Okay. Here you can see them wrestling. There we go. Look at that. And this dog's just
Before it
derping with his
focused-
tongue out.
Before it focused, I thought the two dogs on the right were one dog, and I thought I was looking at a cartoon.
They
I was
practically
like,
were.
cat dog? Is that?
Yeah, it's cat dog. But it's just great. The other dog's like, and then the one in the corner's just like, huh. And it's so cute. I just love it. I love that dog because there was a giant dog and it was like half Bernese, half whatever, and half golden retriever. So picture like the biggest freaking dog that you've seen in a while, but with the chest of like the cowardly lion. Like huge curls, like longer than my fingers.
Aw.
And of course, he just wanted to like sit on my foot the entire time I was at the dog park. It was very sweet. All right. I like dogs. I'm a dog guy. A wolf. All right, folks, let's head back into game. What do you say? Because it's 9:35. Technical difficulties are fun that way, aren't they? All right, let's head back in. Hello and welcome back to Vampire the Masquerade, the Transylvania Chronicles, here on Dork Tales. As you enter the castle, heading up the stairwell, you can see once again, well, you for the first time, that a large, barrel-chested Frenchman hurriedly double steps down the stairwell, holding a candle in front of him, looking over his shoulder, as if death itself were stalking him. And perhaps it is. How is Alëna harrying this Frenchman now?
I think she's overtly stalking him. So like those slow movements as he hurries away, but she'll like speed up a little to keep up, but she's still doing that kind of like creeping.
Master, it's good to see you. My lord, my liege, my everything. Your friend is here.
Alëna?
How does
Yes,
Alëna look
and-
now?
She looks much the same. It's like she hasn't changed at all. She's still wearing the same furs and leathers that she was before. They're a little more worn now, a little bit more broken in. But she still has her ears. You remember long ago she lost her cat eye trait, but she hasn't gained anything else that way. Bastien.
Alëna.
Tereza, you were successful.
I was.
Good. Rainald.
Amidst each of your possessions, the invitation came to you. Bastien sent it himself, saying that you should gather. It has been a long time. Bastien, your visions have given you the sense that something is impending, and that you should meet soon. Puzzling or disturbing dreams, that river that you dreamt of. What you were unwilling to tell Valentina is that it flowed from the veins of every kindred in Transylvania that you've ever met. As they lay by the riverside, the river itself swelled with vitae.
Now that we're all here, well, allow me to, let us head into the main chamber, and I'll introduce you to Valentina, and, discuss, well, catch up. Well, not ketchup.
Doesn't exist.
Is that a word? Is that a real
Actually, wait,
word?
technically it does.
It
but
does.
It's
It
made of sardines at this point.
Yeah.
So I'll lead them to the chamber where refreshments are waiting with Valentina.
A pair of nude French boys are knelt on the floor, held on the floor by powers beyond their control. A handsome woman stands overhead, dressed in Western finery. A strange collar is affixed to each of these boys. A little dribble of blood runs down the tap at the end of the collar, like a faucet that needs its gasket tightened. Occasionally there is a drip, drip, drip onto the floor, where it patters down atop the tiles. The woman turns as the doors open, and you find yourselves bathed in all of these points of light. The candles and sconces outside of the room shining through, casting a myriad of images. A disco ball in the future will look like this. But as the candles flicker, these lights will dance around the room, greens and yellows and oranges and all colors of the rainbow. It's quite dazzling. Ah, the woman says. Prince Bastien didn't say that so many friends were coming.
Who is this?
This is Valentina.
Valentina de Cervantes, of Clan Tremere. A pleasure to meet you.
It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
And you are Rainald von Eggenberg. It is wonderful to finally meet you. I've heard such great things from my clanmates.
Sleeping with the enemy, I see, Bastien.
The enemy.
Enemy? Prince Dinescu. I see that you have made it down from your perch. How wonderful to see you in the flesh. That is whom you study under, correct? The Duchess of Flesh?
Correct.
No, although we are on opposite sides of tensions, I must admit her studies and raw intellect are a monument to the liberation of the feminine form. In more ways than one, I suppose. Although, I must admit, whenever I've heard talk of the Dinescu, I didn't picture such a beauty. I was always informed that you were an aged woman.
I've perfected the craft in more ways than one.
Apparently so. By God, wish that I had done so before my embrace. I think it's a bit late for me now, but if I may say, you are a ravishing beauty. Not nearly the motherly type that your reputation precedes. And I'm guessing that this is, yes, the Beast of Schlossberg, if the rumors persist.
If she accepts
Keep
that
my city's
title.
name out of your mouth.
Oh.
Bastien, I grant you this respect as owner of these lands, but if she steps 1 foot out of line, I rescind that respect.
I think you'll find Valentina
Was just on her way out.
Good.
I thank you for your audience, Prince Bastien. Please accept the offering. I look forward to speaking with you again soon, but I think it best that I retire to my quarters inside of the city. I have much unpacking to do, and the sun is, unfortunately, not as far away as I would prefer. It has been a pleasure to meet all of you, even if it is not mutual. And I apologize for any offense that my kinsmen have shadowed me with. I shall not step out of line.
Before we go our separate ways, I would love to have an opportunity to make your acquaintance a little better at some point.
You may always
perhaps
call on
this
me.
is not the right time.
Of course. I
Rainald,
have a
I'm
residence in the
standing right
Artisans'
here.
Quarter. I'm sorry, my prince?
Oh, nothing. You will be missed, but I appreciate your generosity.
But of course, it's the least that I could do for such a close friend. And yes, Lord Rainald, I would happily speak with you. Find me in the Artisans' Quarter. of Alba Julia. That should be easy to find. Merely look for the... Well, you're a learned man. Simply look for the scribe. You'll find me not far away. At your leave? She takes a wide circle, putting both Bastien and Rainald between Alëna and she. She gives Tereza a bit of a wake as well, but not nearly as much. As the ghoul opens the door for her, you'll notice, Alëna, that she leaves the room facing you, unwilling to show you her back.
Smart woman.
Incredibly.
Mm-hmm.
There's no point in me talking about why I am with her and why I trust her, but she's a bit of an outsider from the rest of the witches.
They would. All she would have to do is whisper.
Behind you, you can hear Lena start humming loudly. The thing about
Yes,
Tremere
Lena?
is that they have keen ears, don't they? Just like we do. As
And that is why I
Malkavians.
would have said this had she even been here, but she was gracious enough to...
I
How
can
many
still-
gangrel has
did
she
fairly.
stolen? Alëna will say that very loudly.
Rainald will actually step forward as well, and very.
Probably no...
And how do we know if she, in particular, has stolen so many? I thought that your clan, of all of them, would be more inclined to judge by the individual's action, not by those of their fathers or sires.
And yet, her step stuttered in the hallway. I could hear it.
Very well, but until we
Great.
find out, perhaps the animosity might be a bit misplaced.
No, it is
Animosity is never misplaced.
her...
I have missed
She
you so
understands
much,
that animosity better than...
Alëna.
Okay. How about a drink?
Yes, how does this contraption work, Bastien?
It's a very advanced Venetian... Venetian? But I haven't actually been there myself. Works just like how you see the taps for...
Father means that
wine
you turn it
bottle.
with love, like Venus herself.
Yes, that is that is what I mean. Go ahead, give it a try.
I'll try.
The spigot turns, and the man lets out a... but remains stock still. You recognize the telltale signs of dominate, the dilated pupils, the frozen expression of horror.
I'll not take too much out of it. And when I notice that, stop it and have a sip, drink, accept the hospitality. And it is indeed a marvel, but I feel it is lacking a bit of the personal touch. Blood Bastien.
And before you talk about judging on the sins of their fathers, those usurpers would kill Bastien on sight. They stole my clan's abilities, and they did it on my clan's land. So forgive me.
There's nothing to forgive. Thy holding you have an executioner, or 2 or 3. There's usually 1 per village or so. Somebody that chooses to be an outcast so that they may deal with death, be it in the body or taking of. She's a bit of a she has to do some dirty work for her clan, and she holds such a reputation herself. Do not know the Tremere terms exactly. But those that would hunt them, and those that turn against the Tremere, and the Tremere that go astray, like our old friend Goratrix.
Also, why the need for such crude inventions on your...
Well, isn't it convenient?
Well, yes, but I could do it.
Oh?
And I wouldn't have to bury screws into their necks. I could just make a straw myself.
Would you like me to go
I
fetch you a
suppose
straw,
that's true.
Aunt Teresa? There's some reeds in the garden outside.
Oh, I was going to craft it with their skin.
Oh, do that instead. That's much more interesting, Alëna will say.
I was going to. Tereza's gonna walk up to one of the boys and,
Maybe the other one that hasn't been spigoted.
have they both been spigoted or just one?
They both have been collared. One of them has yet to have the spigot turned.
Tereza's gonna try and take off a collar of the one that isn't.
Yeah, absolutely. He will stand stock still.
And then I would like to mold the flesh.
All right,
to
spend a
make-
point of blood to mold
Yeah,
the flesh.
to drink a point of blood. Yeah.
That sounds great. And the best part about this is it's biodegradable and it won't harm the turtles.
Yeah, exactly. So Tereza's gonna make a blood straw. And
Okay.
then she's gonna drink from it.
So are you making this like out of cartilage, basically?
Yeah. I think she's gonna make it out of cartilage.
Oh, no, actually, what am I even saying? You could just basically just make like a vein.
Yeah.
Oh
You
yeah.
could just basically stretch a vein out and then it's like a silly straw.
Oh my god, yes.
You just pinch the end to stop it, yeah.
Yeah.
You created the
Fraser
world's
was
first
saying.
silly straw. It's a serious
Tereza's
straw.
A serious straw, yeah. Tereza's gonna pluck a vein out.
This is so awful. I love it. It's so
Mhm.
awful. Okay.
No need to be inhumane.
Oh yes, that's much more humane.
The kiss is much more humane than this contraption. At least then they feel pleasure.
I agree.
Exactly.
I believe after trying this, I'm with Alëna on this. It lacks the
So
personal
afraid of
nature what we
change
do.
and innovation, aren't you, Rainald?
Sometimes you need to take a step back and enjoy a simpler lifestyle.
I see that you're still quite the sassy bitch, as you've always been, haven't you?
So Tereza's gonna drink 3 points of blood from this guy if he has it.
Yeah, he absolutely does.
Cool.
I don't think I've ever been described as that, at least to my face.
Oh, well.
Would I still be giving him the kiss if I'm like eating into a vein?
Good to see
Would
you,
that still
Bastien.
provide?
No, I'm going to say that that's...
I'm glad to see
Good
that
you too.
you haven't
But-
changed much.
Well, what you could do, if you wanted to do that, is bite his wrist and then like suck out the vein.
Oh, that's true. I could do that because Tereza doesn't want
We'll
to
give him
be
the kiss first.
the impartial of like she wants to be able to provide that.
Oh,
that
you don't
blood.
want a vein spraying around.
I don't want to
everywhere when you're
veins.
Veins don't spray.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's
Arteries
it's an
spray.
artery
spray.
spray. Yeah, veins just
Yeah.
drip.
Yeah.
Still a lot, but
Yeah,
You
it's
don't
not
spray.
ideal. It's not ideal.
So yeah, she will kiss to grab the vein and then use like fleshcraft to make
Sounds
it more
good.
prominent.
It's fleshcraft with the tongue like a maraschino cherry stem.
Yep. 100%. And at the end, she'll tie it in a knot.
I have a
you
question
missed,
for you.
You missed
Did-
Rainald being taken aback when I called him a bitch.
Oh,
I
damn.
did. Sorry, I was imagining whether or not Tereza's tongue has hands on the end of it, though. Like in an old, like, Warner Brothers cartoon with ding, ding, they just... Because it could.
Oh, like in Blade 2.
Yeah, like in Blade 2, or that
No, she
Requiem
probably-
module
She
I wrote.
she briefly makes it a fork to tie it into a maraschino cherry net, and then
Okay. What that tongue do, though? Apparently... All right. The man will go limp with pleasure as the kiss takes hold, and you will even get a little kind of sound out of it.
nice.
Okay, and next to that, you are going to hear a whimper through the dominate as Alëna. Do you turn the spigot on the other
I
one?
do. I think as I was saying, the kiss is more humane. I go over and just turn the spigot because I am not humane.
There is a
I was teasing Bastien
cataclysmic.
though.
There is a cataclysmic snapping noise as you have curse. The collar itself is going to snap, and arterial spray is going to begin to across the room as the collar is going to snap, slashing right through the artery.
Alëna!
Oops.
The door is going to smash open at this point as Gaston enters the room. Master, there's... His face drenched in blood as the arterial spray fires out.
There's the money shot.
Can I just latch my mouth onto the boy's throat and just
Oh, yeah.
drink whatever else is spraying out?
Oh, yeah,
I
absolutely.
can't stop this. I'll just take it.
Yeah. Yes.
There's people out here. You have more guests. They say that you know...
Oh god, do they have pitchforks and torches again?
No, they... And as he tries
Again?
to wipe...
Again.
As he tries to wipe the blood from
We
his
make
eyes,
jokes here.
the door is going to push open again, pitching Gaston forward. He lands next to Alëna and looks up with wide eyes at her as she is just clamped onto this French man. Just go,
Can Tereza lick the
Blood
blood on top of Gaston that's on his like neck and stuff? Tereza's gonna like
Yeah.
give him a little lick.
absolutely. He's
Oh.
going to just kind of shudder slightly.
Imagine it's long and snake-like. Because why
Yeah.
not? Why wouldn't she?
100%. Her tongue is long and snake-like.
I have mixed feelings about what I'm seeing. But thank
The
you
doors-
for cleaning up my Google.
As you were saying that, the doors are going to burst inward, and two figures are going to enter. You are going to recognize the shaggy shape of the one known as Anatole, or Anatole. Anatole bursts inside. Behind him, trailing, is Lucida. You have not seen them since your days at the Dahuda Pass. Both Canaanites appear distraught, exhausted, disheveled. Anatole rushes forward in front of you. Dropping a sword belt to the floor, he prostrates himself before you, pushing his face into a pool of blood left by the French one. Lucida hovers near the door, edgy, nervous, but calm. Anatole looks up. His blonde hair is matted with the blood from the floor, and dirt and shit and grime. He looks up. Sanctuary for the persecuted and driven. Blessed be they who shower forth the mercy on the uprooted and the defenseless. Salvation surely comes for those who seek to save those who are lost. Turn not your backs to those whom God favors and man despises.
Are you done?
Hello.
Oh, Anatole. Thought that voice sounded.
My friends, Lucida says. At least I hope I can address you as such still.
Yes,
Anatole
enter.
Anatole and I have need of
guards
shelter and
did a good
sustenance.
job.
Good.
Well, you're in luck. Look what we got. Well, maybe Alëna will share, but
I don't think she will.
come, enter.
Thank you. It is greatly appreciated. Much has transpired in the lands to the west, and little of it bodes good for any of our kind. We'd be obliged to you if you would grant us your hospitality, even for a few nights.
Of course.
Good.
The West?
Yes. Anatole's visions led us to you. We have been flying, seeking refuge. Long weeks spent in flight. It is my hope that this will be safe. It is our hope that you will not turn us away. I am happy that you are still our friend. Also,
Very
nice
much
place.
so.
What
A
reason
step
would
up
we be
from the
given
basement.
to turn
that
you
you left.
away? Are you being hunted?
You mentioned sanctuary.
Yes.
What is happening?
Can I get everyone here to do me a favor? Anyone here who has any dots of politics?
Yes.
Will automatically know this, I'm going to say, because rumors happen. However, if you have status in your clan, I will let you roll that at a difficulty of 8, just the status, to see if rumors made it to you.
Oh, okay. So if I
Is
have
that-
one, then it's a single.
I can't remember if the status I have is.
Unless you have politics. If you have politics, you already know.
Yep, so I'll just say roll your status
Okay.
regardless.
So you don't have to roll status if you have politics?
No,
or you
you're
do?
fine. If you don't have
Yeah.
politics, just roll status.
A difficulty of.
Difficulty of 8.
I don't know what's going on.
I fail.
Okay.
Unsurprisingly.
Me
The
too.
other two of you, you've kept your ears to the road, and there have been rumors that Anatole has been engaging in a great deal of diablerie. Some of you, this may be shocking, but I think honestly, for most of you, you could give two shits. Things are not well in Western Europe. I'd
Drank
be
too
happy to
deep?
Perhaps we all did. Before I continue, might
Do
I...
both of their auras show black veins?
Can you go ahead and make me a perception and empathy roll, difficulty 8?
I did, and I rolled 3 successes.
No, just Anatole. But it is streaked with a lot of...
Anatole, what have you done?
I took their sins onto myself. I learned what I must.
What is
I
that?
brought... salvation is not exactly well at hand. But it was for them. I will carry into them. I did nothing I did nothing but to, I preyed upon the
Surely.
evil and the vile. So corrupt, they had no chance for a redemption, except by consumption. I consumed their sins along with their blood, and in the fire of my belly, it will act as their purgatory, so that they can shed off their sins.
You've been hanging out with Rainald too much, I see.
Surely none of us should cast this stone. Well, perhaps.
Oh, I am not. I am just
Bastien.
wondering who you.
I'm casting a couple stones as
It
destroying.
is better to
Who
suffer
have you
mortal fire.
destroyed? Who have you destroyed? That is after you. I've heard such rumors, Anatole, and I am just.
You have?
Who is hunting?
And he is going to stiffen suddenly. You've seen this before when he has his visions. His body begins to glow softly with a light that is unearthly. And if you have not seen him have these visions before, this is very disturbing. I think Bastien is the only one who is
Oh
not
yeah, I forgot about
completely
that.
disturbed by this. God has not forgotten you. He has placed the mark of destiny upon you. Prepare your souls, for the time of testing and tribulation is at hand. He then slumps to the ground.
Wait, what is needed?
He will need rest after that. And we both require...
What just happened?
He is a conduit for God.
Guess
A
not.
strange one.
Can
but
you show
yes.
them to chambers? For our kind, obviously.
I will stay here with you while he rests. But, Lady Tereza, I imagine that might be you? I recognize your sharp tongue even though it is in a tighter package.
Everybody has way better puns than I do when it comes to how hot Teresa's gotten. I get
She's
losing my
not really-
touch.
Yes, you are quite pretty now.
Perhaps
But I would...
been in the castle too long.
You're still a sassy bitch.
Listen. I understand that Anatole's thirsts have been problematic. But I would also remind, before you throw stones at him, any of you, remind that Rainald's clan has done the same. It was
Our
only recently.
Clan?
Yes, our clan.
I am not throwing stones or judgment. I'm just concerned who is.
We're concerned about the repercussions of whom in particular he may have.
If someone is after him and will be finding their way to us, it will be better to know who
Which
is
they
coming
are.
before
I will bring you
they get
news.
here.
Would you like to hear it? News of the outside world. News travels incredibly slowly in this day and age.
Of course.
I can wait. But if you happen to know it, please.
I know it by heart almost as if it is written in front of me. It is written upon my soul
Brag
on this piece of
much.
paper. We are fleeing the Inquisition, primarily. The Church has made the lives of Cainites, our existences at least, very difficult in Europe. In Spain, it is almost impossible for vampires to escape notice without exercising the utmost care. France is nearly as bad. Italy, too, has its share of witch hunters. Yes, witch hunters. They stalk us as we sleep, they cut off our heads, they burn the bodies, or worse. I fear that some may even believe your lands are fertile grounds for heresy and demon worship. Do not be surprised if the black-robed torturers begin appearing in your towns. Beware of them. I don't know if you know about England as well, but up in there, the peasants have become belligerent toward their lords. Wat Tyler's rebellion forced the nobility to grant the peasantry some concessions, but not without a great cost. But the idea has taken root. It is a flame that is beginning to burn south. But I suppose perhaps the idea came from Cainites. I must ask, has the Anarch Rebellion reached here?
Oh, pardon my I think it's French, but what? The
Okay.
what rebellions?
In the West, many Cainites are rising up against their sires, claiming unfair treatment from them, just as the peasants charge against the lords. I've heard stories
It's about
of
time.
Really? Perhaps. Childer are turning the Inquisition and its armies. Well, some are turning them against their sires, but it really started when the Inquisition arrived. And the sires commanded the Childer to fend off the Inquisition to let them escape. They broke their bonds, or shattered them. They call themselves anarchs. They claim their sires have grown complacent and weak, and seek only their own safety with little regard for the welfare of their progeny. The old values that once held Cainite society together, the bonds between sire and child and the hierarchy of generations, they fray like the threads of a tapestry.
I'll look
I
over
believe-
at Lady Tereza as she said that and said, kind of like sending your child on suicide missions.
I believe
Yes.
I believe that the rebellion may head this way. I do not understand. Lady Tereza, are you sending your child on
No,
suicide
my
missions?
sire sent us on a foreseeable potential suicide mission. Not to mention, I don't know, I have not shared this with you yet, but Vikos has Clara as a side.
What?
I embraced her and requested her.
It
So she's with him.
was this your or Clara's choice?
Do you think either of them would have made that choice?
No. Oh, interesting.
I must
I've had
also
such
bring you.
dreams.
What dreams have you
wonder-
had?
The rivers swell, but there are no rainwaters. And they swell with vitae. Of all of us. The rivers of this region. A little ominous. But perhaps this will reach where we are.
I can hope not.
Well, should it? And there's these anarchs and there's chaos. Perhaps some of our sires falling to such barbaric treatment might not be the worst. Isn't that right, Tereza?
I hate to speak ill of my sire,
Oh, of course not. No, no.
but I would not be heartbroken.
Oh, so we must do. Such chaos reaches the shores of your sire. We should be there to defend them, of course.
Listen,
Well, Lena, everyone's eating their sires. Come now. Get it over with.
oh, finally.
Maybe I'll actually sleep well for once.
Oh, you will sleep so sweetly inside of my bosom, or my belly, Father. And I promise, I will piss you out on the most beauteous hilltop.
You
what
do
other
that
news
for
do
me?
you have, Lucetta?
Lucita, I know it has been
Sorry.
hundreds of years, but I am not quite as beautiful as your sire. Cousin. She grows more grave as she makes the joke. The other reason that we are running, and perhaps the gravest news, is what we spoke of a moment ago. I bear concerns about my own clan. Only a few years ago, some of our own anarchs conspired to commit the ultimate horror, assaulting and committing the amaranth upon the founder of our clan, even as he tried to defend himself from their concerted attack. As of that time, I have struggled to reconcile myself with my clanmates. I do not condone their action, yet I cannot deny what I am. As a result, I have tried to distance myself from the conspirators. Sought refuge in travel. But in doing so, I fear that I am marked by my fellow La Sombra as a traitor, since they have joined the Anarch conspiracy. And she will look directly at you, Rainald. I know that you could not possibly have had any connection with those who have committed this vile deed, and so I prevail upon your honor to allow me safe passage while I remain as your guest. However, she turns to the rest of you, it may be justified in the hearts of those who have undertaken this vile action. I fear it may bode ill for other clans besides the La Sombra.
Oh no. That would be terrible.
Perhaps.
What will we do if our clans are all but destroyed? Oh, could you even imagine?
My sire tried to murder us mere minutes after we all met. Sire.
Is he still
I'm
out
not,
there?
Yes, somewhere.
I am not opposed to killing oppressors. And a lot of the elders seem to use the rest of us as tools. You have always, well, been a good friend. And at least if traveling with me after this or somewhere else, I will do what I can. Even if we disagree on methods.
Thank you for your hospitality. Is there any of that French boy left? I'm
Yes,
quite
there's this
parched.
one. She'll hold out the vein. The serious straw.
It's a name that'll catch on, I'm sure.
Yes.
She'll suck on it. She has no compulsions against it. Compunctions? She has no hesitation.
I appear to be wearing much of this one.
That shade looks good on you.
Very
Alëna.
classical.
It's just a shame. So much of him cut off.
One must not waste the kill.
As much as I understand the death of oppressive elders, I understand that it would balance many things. But I do worry about how much it would cause the world to fall down. You are my friends. I would hate to see it fall down around your heads.
It can try.
This one has a very thick skull. Points to Alëna.
And she doesn't even sleep indoors.
And I can make my skull thick.
Well then, perhaps it is as Anatole said. Perhaps you will survive this time of trial and tribulation. I hope so. Good friends are hard to come by.
And what are you doing? Are you fleeing east? You still wayfaring?
It is hard to hit a moving target.
Oh,
I found
you make one
be quite
castle,
similar.
then we. That's how I used to. Oh, getting too old.
Wait. This is your castle?
Yes.
Yes.
I thought it was Tereza's.
No, mine is much more
one of
better
Tereza's.
Denise.
taste of
She thought it was
yes.
one of Tereza's castles.
Yes.
Hmm.
There's much more blood and gore and flesh in mine.
Hmm.
You
The
should come by and see it
hallways-
sometimes.
I may take you up on that. Though I have to admit, if you built this castle, it is far more coherent than I would have thought a Malkavian could design. Barely
Did
got
you
lost.
design it? Did you design it, Bastien, or was it Zelios?
Obviously, Zelios. I mean, I would like to pat myself in the back and take credit, but I'm more of an ideas person.
You craft the spark. Zelios stokes flame. That's really
that-
bad analogy for a vampire to come up with, but I cannot think of a better one.
The architect is still alive, eh?
Well, I haven't seen him in. I mean, he
He
might
does good
not.
work.
When's the last time any of you have seen him? It's been almost.
He did some upgrades on my
when there were
castle
the
and
fires.
my war dungeons.
It's been
But that's been a while.
almost 100. Oh God, what year is it? Do we still count years?
Yes.
Yes.
I
Year
do
of Our
not.
Lord. Oh, so what is the Gregorian calendar?
I ask you
I haven't
this
looked at
as
it
a
in a
friend, Alëna, but can you count?
She can count up to a number that's meaningful.
Like
And
two
she wants
handfuls.
to.
Yes.
I can count how many skulls I keep.
It's quite impressive now. You should see it.
I would love to see it someday.
Wait,
I would not like to
actually
add to
like
it.
see that.
But I would love to see
Do not
it.
worry. If you were to add to it, it would be not my fault.
Well, it is good to see you all after this long. I am sorry Anatole was a party pooper and crashed out so early, but
He was always quite devout.
He's a vessel, as I only receive visions, and it's confirmed them.
So that is
He
why you
confirmed
called
your
us,
visions.
Bastien?
Yes. More graphic and in more detail. Something is coming. And if it is I thought it would be more rapturous than peasants coming for us during the day.
Don't think it
And
is
our
always.
child are
Yeah.
spreading rebellion. That makes it, in a way that is of comfort, that the sun will not stick to the sky and burn us because we cannot leave to feed. Yes, bad dreams.
well. Regardless, God or fate has brought us together again after quite a long time. Thank you. A toast.
Will you not stay longer? Or is it is it as dire as you speak and you but can stay only a few nights?
I will have to speak to Anatole.
Especially if you come from the west. Have you gone as far as Spain?
Yes.
Have you seen the things you speak of with your own eyes?
Yes.
Bastien,
Yes.
your friend. Wasn't she back going from. Didn't she come from the west?
She's made a trip from her homeland. She's Grecian.
She did not mention anything of this to you?
Wait. Has it reached the Holy Land? Has it reached the Holy Roman Empire?
It would not surprise me if this Inquisition would not soon be everywhere. There are rumors. They're not rumors. In Spain, I have heard that some of my countrymen have started pretending. They have started a power group, a camarilla, where they pretend to be human, to be mortal, to hide from the Inquisition. What a pitiful masquerade.
Do you know what that word means? What was the name? Camarilla? They call themselves a group. They call themselves clique. They couldn't have thought of a better name.
Sounds like something
sounds-
a Toreador would come up with.
Oh.
You might be
Anyways,
right.
what is this group?
They're surviving, is what they are. Who knows?
Well, there we go.
Maybe in a bit of time we will all be hiding behind some masquerade. Can you imagine?
Well,
How
it's
stupid
good to
would
at
that be?
least disguise the monsters that were
staked body.
over your what body?
My
Hot
staked
body?
body. Staked body.
Oh.
Nothing is going over this hot body.
Alëna just looks down at herself and the corpse at her feet. Like,
Well,
You don't try to look too pleased with yourself.
it was a shame. And a waste.
Well, thank you for not letting at least... Do you know how much these rugs were? They're Persian.
they
Well, I
really
mean,
tied
I
the
didn't
room
bought them, I
together.
pillaged them, but it really tied the room together. That...
Listen, we will never be vampires in this masquerade.
Don't never say never. Let's...
To do so would be our requiem. Thank you, my friend. My friends. Does anyone have any more blood? I'm very thirsty.
Did you not finish off this French boy?
How did you know?
Hold up,
Hold
bloody
on.
hand.
How obvious is it that they're French? I never said that they were.
Didn't Lena?
Lena did. Lena said there was some.
I said they were
French
French.
She
Remember
said,
the comment about the
French boys
inappropriate
been held
comment
by a
about
pig.
by, yes.
I was in the room at the time, Father, when she said, "Oh, I brought you French things. Oh, they're French,
And
French
can't you
things."
tell the
I
difference?
miss you too,
It
Lena.
tastes better.
I've definitely missed you, Lena.
I missed you too, Auntie.
Who are they?
She points
Oh,
at Lucida and where Anatole was.
Lucy.
They
She
brought-
was with us. Wasn't she with us by then?
Nope.
No,
No?
no.
Nope.
She was like 6,
Yeah.
and in a different town when
Oh,
we
man.
met them.
Lucita,
Who is this sassy child?
Oh,
Bastions.
this is my child, Lena.
I'm his sassy child.
That's why she said she was going to eat him and piss him out.
I was not certain if that was just the custom in this territory.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Bastien? Yes.
Excuse
I have
me.
met many Romanians and many Magyars.
These two have brought news that makes life very interesting. Again.
And we met them shortly before we met you, Lena. They helped
I
us.
Then how
almost-
could it have been interesting before me?
It is
I
very
almost felt my
true.
heart beat.
That's why it's going to be interesting now.
Yes.
Lucita,
Yes, cousin?
when you're done eating, may I have a word? I think I might be able to help contribute to your protection.
Very interesting. I look forward. But first. And she will settle in to eat, but I think that is where we're going to call tonight's game, so don't let me forget about that for next session, Chris. So be sure to jot that down. Folks, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I think this is a great place for us to leave as Anatole is put to bed. Lucida drinks some delicious French red and
Wine.
nice French.
No, it's
And
French
anything-
white. The boy was blonde.
Oh, that's true. That's true. If his blood's white, there's a problem. There's
Rosé.
a problem.
Yes,
Rosé.
It's a rose.
Rosé.
White on the
so-
outside, red in flavor.
Oh, that's fair. All right. So hey, that's like me. That's describing me. That's
I
great.
mean, literally,
Uh,
rosé. The method is called sanier, to bleed.
Is it? Because like I'm white
Yep,
on the
that's-
outside. Right?
The French,
Yeah.
to
why I
make a French
scoffed at the
rosé.
pun.
French rosé is the sanier method to make French rosé. You literally bleed off juice after a
It's like
couple
I
days
knew
of
that.
being on
I
this-
didn't know
Oh, it's
that.
like the
but I'm
opposite of like
pretty
making
pleased.
a red kyber crystal. I see. Hey, folks,
Yeah.
thank you so much for tuning into this episode of, I almost said Star Wars, of Vampire the Masquerade. We'll be back in 2 weeks with another episode as we have some drama occur. But everybody take 4 experience points, 3 from the chat, 1 from me.
2 from 5? Okay.
No, 4. You guys have too much XP. And a big thank you to everybody who supports us on Patreon. Folks, we couldn't do it without Patreon. Join the Patreon. Please do. At 200 patrons, we're going to do something wild and crazy. I'm going to run another daytime game, which could be damn near anything. It could be Avatar. I could drag Kal every Tuesday morning to come and play Avatar The Last Airbender. And you know he will paint an arrow on his forehead. I mean, he's practically doing
Easy.
it right now. Easy.
Yeah, I was gonna
Easy.
say that's easy
He'd
compared
do
to what
that.
he's doing now.
He'd do that without an Avatar game, really. But you can also join the likes of our amazing producers, our divine producers, my mom, hey mom, and Shaikon De Vermillion, our demonic producer, Sorcerer Sanguine, our wizard of the Patreon, Tammy the Forever Cleric, Thing Goblin, Karasha Urquhart, and Big Nut, our monster makers, Solomon and Larouk, and our High Council, Taryn, Amethyst, Raven with Bubbles, Chef Death, Mike Baxter, Brian Kaler, Nerdy Metal Jet, Grumpy Owl, Cody, and Doug. You guys are all amazing. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Be sure to come back next week, though, because next Wednesday, we've got Mage. They're on train. Train Mage.
Mage on a train.
Mage on a train. And
Also,
eventually
it's
vampires
really
on a
I'm
train.
tired of these damn mages on this dang train.
No, we just got there. We're not tired
Just
of it
got
yet.
on. We're not tired.
Oh,
Kelly's
I'm
made a
glad that
really
these
cool
mother
fucking
monkey
train.
flipping mages are in this
Yeah.
Monday to Friday
Friday
train.
train. Yeah, we're really glad about it
Yes.
because it took us 8 episodes to get on the damn train. And with
It
that,
took a year to get on the damn train in game or in real
out
time.
of game.
It's going to be a magical trip.
It's
Oh, it
it's
really
gonna-
is. You have no idea.
I can't wait to show you how many people are on the tracks. And with that, we will see you later. Thank you so much for tuning in. Good night, everybody.